everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Welcome to all my new subscribers, and thank you for those who continue to tune in from week to week. As you can tell, I have a pattern review for you for a new pattern release by Love Notions Pattern. This one I'm super excited about because I was a tester, and so yeah, I can tell you some ins and outs. I actually have two versions of this, and one is on Lady Dane and I'm wearing the other. But let's go ahead and jump right in. For those who do not know, I am a brand ambassador for Love Notions Patterns, and so you do receive a discount of additional 10% off of the sale price, or any Love Notions pattern you can get an additional 10% off by using my code SND2. And so I will leave a link to the pattern as well as the information for the code on the screen and down below. Now, one thing to keep in mind, every quarter our code changes, and so if you happen to be catching this, you know, in the next quarter, this is now, we're in May 2024, so if it's the next quarter, it'll just be SND3 and then SND4 for the final quarter of the year. But anyway, let's jump into this. You all know I'm gonna love this. So I wanted to test this because you all know I absolutely love the Butterick pattern. Is now repurposed Butterick, and I'll pop it up on the screen. I can never remember the name, but at any rate, I've made several of those that are sleeveless. And so when this I saw this was coming up and I was wanted to test it, I said, okay, love, 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 because the thing that you're getting with this Love Notions pattern that I love, that you're not getting with the other, is you have this beautiful split sleeve. Of course, you have the sleeveless, you have the different sleeve options, you have long sleeve, quarter length sleeve, and you have different dress options. This sizing for this pattern goes up to a 5X, and it does have a full bust option, which I did use. And the draped neckline, you do have two options for that. You can do drape front, but you also can do drape back. And so, which is absolutely gorgeous. You will have to check out the tester versions for those who did do the drape front and back. Absolutely beautiful. I can actually totally see that as a wedding guest dress whole situation that you can put together. But anyway, it is meant for knits. It's a super easy, super duper easy and fast sew. It calls for knits. And I want to tell you the sizing. So a 5X, what is that? So for full bust, it goes from a size extra small, which is a size 33, and it goes up to a 5X, which is a full bust of 57.5. So, and that is your sizing that you will go up to. And then it has about, it looks like here, about 6 inches of ease, 6 to 7 inches of ease. So with your finished garment measurement, you're gonna have a good 6 to 7 inches of ease. So keep all of that in mind. So for me, you all know how I typically do for most patterns. It doesn't matter if it's an indie or commercial. I typically start at a smaller size up around my upper the shoulder area, because I'm more narrow up there, right? And so for me, I went with an extra large at the top. My full bust is 45, so that would have put me in a 2X for cutting out. But I wanted to do a large because I wanted to be smaller up here. I wanted this to pretty much drop and hit where it needed to, that split, and it does by going smaller up at the top. And then I graded out to a 2XL beginning around the bust to, you know, the waist and hip, and that's what I did, 2XL straight down from there. And so super duper easy. So what is really nice is the fabric. So I had some of this fabric left over from a previous project I worked on, a dress. And so I had about 1.5 yards left over, and I was able to squeeze, when I tell you squeeze out, because all I have is scraps left, which that's my goal these days. When I'm creating, when I'm making, even when I'm purchasing fabric, I'm being more mindful of the yardage that I'm purchasing. And for when I have extras like this, that I can use it for something else. And it was really nice to be able to use. I had about 1.5 yards, maybe but it was wide. I remember this came from Zaloof. This is an ITY knit. And I'll share with you, this is my muslin version, which is a bamboo jersey. Two totally different drapes. And that is something I want to make sure that I share with you as well. And so I had roughly, it was under 2 yards. I didn't have 2 yards. And so it worked out beautifully for me. I found the length, and I'll pop up pictures too. I find that the length and everything was absolutely perfect for this top. And I love the slit on the sleeve. I paired this with the Love Notions crescendos that I have made already. I've done a separate pattern review for that. So I'll actually, at the end of this video, I will leave a playlist to Love Notions, all the patterns I have sewn. That way, if you want to go back through and see other patterns I have made here on the channel and have given a review, you can most certainly check that out. So if you're familiar with Love Notions patterns, and if you're not, I will tell you, the instructions are so super easy to follow. There was nothing complicated. I made no notes for any of this. The one thing I will say is that when you do the split sleeve, that area that's split, add stay tape to that area just to make sure that it's stabilized and it's not flopping out or anything like that. I did do that on both versions, and so that is one thing you want to keep in mind for that. And you all know I've shared many a times I have the Sokeys stay tape. And so that's the version that I did. I highly suggest that you go check out the Love Notions have all the tester versions on their website. Just go see the different variations that everybody had did. You all know I am into tops right now, and so I went ahead and made 2 tops. And it is one of those days where we have an overcast, so I'll try to lighten it up in editing a little bit. And let me just side note, if you missed the reveal of my updated sewing space, definitely go check that video out. I will leave it up in the iCards and make sure it pops up at the end of this video. So let me tell you about my muslin version, and I'll pop up video and picture of this. This will give you a totally different drape. So the drape you notice on my and I'll probably pop up both videos so you can see the difference. The ITY, it has more body than your bamboo jersey. The bamboo jersey is much more drapier and gives you it's more loose. I like the look of both. I really do like the look of both. This fabric came from LA Finch Fabrics. They were having a sale, and so I saw that they had their bamboo knit jersey is really nice, and so I wanted a solid, and so that's what I did with this version, and so I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. So it's really going to depend on the look that you're going for with your chorus top. Especially if you decide to do the beautiful with the drape in the front and the back, I believe either a ITY or bamboo knit will look absolutely beautiful in that. Now, the only thing to keep in mind so far as fabric is if you use a cotton knit. Cotton knit is definitely more structured, and you might not get as much of a drape look that you're looking for. It might look a little bit more stiff, but depending on the look you're going for, that might be what you want. But you definitely want to make sure that if you're looking for something super drapey, a bamboo jersey knit, and I'll link to it down in the description box, or ITY like this will work absolutely perfect. And as a matter of fact, the fabric suggestions for the pattern is a medium weight knit with at least 20% stretch 2-way, such as your interlock, your jersey blends, and poly blends. And then the lighter weight fabrics will show off the drape of the neckline the most. So, and you see how this neckline, and you would have seen in the pictures in the video, the neckline on the bamboo jersey definitely is more drapey than even the ITY, even though the ITY is still drapey, right? So that is it. It'll take you about an hour to sew this one up. This is an easy sew. Maybe your first time an hour and a half, but yeah, this is an easy sew, easy hour and a half sew, and it'll be done. I highly suggest this pattern because you have so many options, and I love this look. I love the, you all know I like the V necklines. I like drapey necklines, different things like this. So definitely pick this one up. And if you are interested in it, it is on sale. And I'll put on the screen here the sale, when it starts, when it ends, and I'll leave that down in the description box as well. And while it's on sale, again, you can get an additional 10% off if you use my code SND2. All right, everybody, that is it. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section. But until then, we will see you in the next video. Bye.